Book 68 of 2019 was Something in the Water by Steadman. This book has such a good audio on it. Steadman, I think, is from Downton Abbey, and she's an actress. So when she's reading the book, it's almost like she's acting it out. It's just fantastic. The quality is so good. And what I really liked as well was that whenever there was kind of like a telephone conversation, it actually was played like a telephone conversation. Like it was, when it's a little bit muted on the other end of the line in comparison to somebody talking. It was kind of like that. So it actually sounded like a telephone call. It was really good. When it first started, it hooked me like straight away. I thought, wow, this is really interesting, really good. And it's kind of like a story where I think they are on a honeymoon together and they find some flotsam or jetsam. They can't work out which one it is. If what I found out from this book is that if it is flotsam, then you legally can have it, but if it's jetsam, you can't, because jetsam's when they, or the opposite way around, one of the two. So obviously I didn't learn it that well, but one of them's legal and one of them's not. But I understood what the difference was between flotsam and jetsam. And so that was really good initially, because then they're trying to figure out like who this like thing that they found, I don't want to spoil it for you, belongs to. And then it all gets a little bit like they feel like people are after them. Well, they are after them. But then the reason why it kind of declined for me and why I didn't like it as much is because Erin is like a documentary maker and she's meeting criminals in a prison to talk about the crimes and things in the documentary. And it just so happens that the person that she meets, so the criminal, ends up providing her with a solution to a problem that she finds herself in. And I just thought, that's very convenient. Like that wouldn't, it makes it less realistic, I found. And also the twist at the end, which is good, but when you found it out, it was kind of like a little bit like, yeah, was kind of missing a lot of like exploration. Like that character could have been looked at psychologically in far more detail than it was. In fact, it wasn't at all. So it would have, I was going to say something then, but it'll give it away, so I'm not going to say it. But there's another book that's been written from probably someone's perspective like that. And that was amazing, really interesting. So I think she kind of missed a trick by not going into that. But I think it would have probably been like a different book and a really long book, but maybe a better book if it had done that. I don't know. But so it was enjoyable. I enjoyed listening to it. I would definitely recommend it because it's a fantastic audio performance of the book. But in terms of like when you get to the end and you find out what's happened, it was a little bit disappointing. But apart from that, yeah, it was really good.